The following will contain spoilers. Hello everyone! This is Dragon Videos, ready to throw in some thoughts of some characters, but I'm not alone on this one. Hello! For this segment, I'm going to focus on the Barbarian and the Troll. It's the latest show that came out in February 2021 and just recently ended this summer. It focuses on this strange and unlikely duo, Brendar, a barbarian who unknowingly is a princess, while Evan is a musical troll who wants nothing more than to sing his heart out to the world. Together, these two embark on some perilous and dangerous quests that they never even dreamed of. Without further ado, let's go over some of the concepts of what these characters are all about. What comes to mind when you hear the word barbarian? Yeah, you can definitely say Brendar was quite a surprise. When we thought Barbarian and the Troll, we would get a male character as the third spot, but Brendar again was a huge surprise. Not only was she a female barbarian, but she definitely strayed away from the stereotype, which was a very fresh pace. As well as that, she definitely is very close to people such as Axe and treats them well and with a sense of respect. She may always look tough and closed off, but the more she's close to the people she cares about, the more she begins to open up. I even enjoy her relationship with Evan and as what it leads to. In this case, with how Evan affects her, she seems to be a little bit more open and okay with vulnerability, as well as she's not afraid to stand up to other people who bully her dear friend.
No respect for your son. You made him sleep in a drawer. Why would he want to be a bridge troll? He wants to be a musician. Do you have to squash his dreams?
Are you gonna let the...
Get it, girl!
Brendar has a good sense of leadership and tries to make sure everyone is together. And despite the fact that she's socially awkward and has a huge hard time trying to communicate with people who are different from her because of her time being with the princesses as well as trying to go under the code of Barbarian, she still tries her best to try to do what's best for Gothmoria, especially despite the fact that she learns that she's an actual princess. Overall, a very great and endearing protagonist to remember. Evan is the prince of the trolls. He doesn't exactly say it out loud or let anyone knows it. He's very modest of who he is and is such a down-to-earth character. He just simply goes to the flow and handles whatever life throws at him, which unfortunately happens to him a lot. He tries to think positively even when it came to his songs. He is just a huge lover of singing and and will just do everything in his power to show it to the world.
Yeah, I do find him weird. The sounds can be a little shaky at first, but they do have such a catchy beat.
One of the things that make him so great is his relationship. As I said, he's a down-to-earth character, and as I mentioned before, he seems to help Brandar actually be a little bit more open with her feelings. And in this case with Evan, he definitely has a lot of capability of trying to be brave, even though he may not show it at times. But he also shows he's a great friend to the rest of the team and can sometimes be what is known as the heart of the crew. And the reason why I say that is because he just has so much concern for everyone on his team, regardless of who they are, as well as being very kind to strangers despite of how they treat him, though I think he gets most of it from his mom.
Oh, I don't think you'll want this back. Delicious. A little stringy.
Alright, just...
What the hell?
What the hell, dude? Evan was willing to give you his loot in return to do a pass for the troll bridge in order to help Brendar's quest. Evan sacrificed the one thing he loves just for the sake of his friends, and this is what you do in return? My lord, it's a good thing that Evan managed to stand up to. Evan's dad, the king, really doesn't know any standards at all. And despite the numerous times that Evan is beaten up and humiliated, he's not without his own strengths. He does have his moments where he definitely comes out on top and helps the crew in some really bad situations. And here's how he has probably one of the most memorable moments of his inner strength thanks to the help of Brendar.
Because she is right.
Yes, she is. Oh!
I'm sorry if I don't fit into your neat little drawer, Dad. I will always love you, but I will never come back to this house.
Brendar is just that lovable character that can sometimes get into trouble, but not to the point where it gets really annoying. He does his best to lift his weight around for Brendar, as well as try to be helpful to the crew, whether it's through his music or just simply improvising on the spot. He definitely has their backs and is going not to take any punches with that. Stacy is sort of the brains of the team. She knows what she's talking about, especially when it comes to certain negotiations. When it comes to the certain qualities, she's not afraid to speak her mind. For example, she was able to figure out how to solve a riddle in episode 11 when it came to try to figure out of how they could exit a room that had no doors or windows. And another one that I felt like was more memorable was when she pulled off negotiation with her mother's boyfriend.
Quite so, she does seem to pay attention to certain situations, but do not forget, Dragon, she is a teenager.
I hadn't forgotten about that, Artemis. She still likes to fall head over heels for our older birds, as well as still has that teenage attitude every once in a while. And sometimes she acts like the mature voice of reason to her father. But it doesn't change the fact that she loves him and her mom all the same, despite being divorced. Can't continue this on without the father. he definitely is something that not many people would have some respect for. Horace Scrum is a run-of-the-mill, easygoing sort of wizard. He definitely has very good and effective spells, but sometimes he has problem executing them properly compared to the usual wise and sage wizards you see in fantasy series like Lord of the Rings. However, he does have a very soft side for his daughter, and practically goes, "My little owlet," in an affectionate way. He risks everything he does in order to protect his daughter from harm. And even with an owl, it still doesn't change the love that he has for her. Fun fact, for some of you who are Bob and Abishola fans, this Axe, I believe, is played by the actress who played as Cammy, Abishola's wild and crazy friend. Anyway, Axe is a living weapon who helps Brendar try to defeat Alvin. Now, in the beginning, their relationship did get extremely rocky, even though they hit it off in the first 4 episodes. Part of it was because at the tail end of episode 5, it is revealed that Axe wasn't exactly a dual-bladed demon weapon thing. She was actually just a regular axe before she got the dragon's tears. However, that doesn't stop her from being wily and reckless, wanting to chop at whatever obstacle is in the way. She also has her sense of humor, and it's pretty interesting of how she can still convey emotion and become funny despite the fact that she is one puppet that's very limited in terms of her movement and facial expressions. So kudos to the crew who did this. Oh yes, everyone, I've saved her for last, and for good reason. Queen Shimmerine is a royal pain in more ways than one. She runs the Warrior Princess organization, and very horribly, I might say, mostly living for nothing more than to cut ribbons at this eclipse ceremony deal. But she still teaches them how to do weaponry, and here's why. Did anyone else get that?
My brain is starting to hurt.
Let's say she does seem to pay attention to certain situations, but do not forget, Dragon, she is a teenager.
However, things take an interesting turn when Queen Shimmerine starts sending Sharon in order to retrieve Axe from Brendar, and then includes Skelly into the mix and asking to murder her in Ice Ice Baby. However, the real dramatic reveal was so well built up in episode 12, it was just amazingly thought out. The reason why I say that's because all the mystery that Queen Shimmerine has been floating around ever since episode 5 and episode 9, it definitely brought up a lot of questions. But pay attention to how they do this sequence for the reveal of who she truly is.
Just shoot my girls in the back, poison the cats in my lap, be the wolf in grandma's cab. Oh, queen, what big eyes you have! Yeah, 'cause it's just too good. I can't do bad. You are all my puppets and it's just too good. You're broken and I love it 'cause it's just too good.
Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, she was the villain the whole entire time, and the one that Brendar wanted to seek. So yeah, there was a lot of irony into this, but it's a shame that she had such short screen time. She definitely presented herself as a good villain in kids show level, not as much as like scary as the Skeksis are, but just as cunning and manipulative. As well as the fact that not only is her appearance is kind of like a tip to the hat to the old classic portrayal of Demon, I also like the catchy song that is put into this. Throughout the end of the episode 12, we definitely had that sense of, oh dear God, we are doomed, as well as having actual concern for Brendar and her team. So I do wonder though if she'll come back in season 2, if there is going to be a season 2, because of what had been going on with that freaky tail of hers. So folks, these are just my thoughts about the Barbarian and the Troll, and I want to hear your thoughts on the characters. Which were your favorites? Do a like, comment, and subscribe. This is Dragon Videos and her familiars, signing off.